Welcome back, folks, to Old Times is Not Forgotten. Today, we're reading the St. Paul Pioneer Press newspaper from St. Paul, Minnesota, dated Thursday, December 23rd, 1926. This newspaper comic is on the front page. It just says, "Bringing home wifey's Christmas surprise." Christmas 1923 is only 2 days away in this issue. Let's hear some Christmas news. Santa's sleigh and reindeer and an English stagecoach nearly 150 years old, drawn by 4 horses and accompanied by a group of carol singers and trumpeters, will be on exhibition in front of City Hall at 2 p.m. today, when Mayor Leach of Minneapolis pays an official Yuletide visit to Mayor Hodgkin of St. Paul. The Stagecoach was built in London in 1797 and brought to America by George Buzza. It is known as the Kraft Acres coach. The carolers who will accompany Mayor Leach on his buggy ride will be dressed in Old English costumes. Playing at the Metropolitan Theater in St. Paul, Beau Jest with Ronald Colman. At the Orpheum Theater, The Lady of Harlem, starring Ernest Torrance, William Collier Jr., and Greta Neeson.
You'd almost think they were aiming those pipes at Latour.
Yes, if they were weapons instead of musical instruments.
It would be a simple matter to hit Latour with a poisoned dart.
here, Kelly. I'm going over there and keep an eye on those cannibals.
I don't usually put obituaries in my videos, but this one was special. Brainerd Parrot, 50, dies, was singing bird. Brainerd, Minnesota, December 21st, 1926. Elsie, a 50-year-old parrot, the oldest in the Northwest, folded its wings Tuesday and fluttered into the happy hunting ground of birddom. Elsie's chief claims to fame were her age, her ability to speak English and Spanish, sing several songs, and the fact that she amused children of 4 generations. Elsie was born in Brazil. When 3 years old, she was bought by E.B. Eddy, grandfather of Mrs. Mabel C. Carmichael, who was then touring South America. Elsie's favorite song, the one she sang best, was The Old Folks at Home. Do you think these are still funny today? 3 interests of man's 3 ages: shortness of the day, shortness of skirts, shortness of breath. Don't let that popping in rear of your car frighten you. It may be a pistol instead of a motorcycle. Americanism, boasting because we have more broadcasting stations than other countries, trying desperately to tune them out. Zit, hub, what on earth do you want a larger allowance for? Wife, I'm saving up for a divorce. Now and then, we see an editorial paragraph in some newspaper or a suggestion in a magazine article that the Christmas card be dispensed with. They all contain the same argument, that the card is a nuisance and that it doesn't mean a thing. Probably almost everybody gets impatient and feels that way when he is shopping for cards. It is so difficult to make a selection. But round about Christmas time, when the cards begin to arrive, the grouch disappears like snow before a chinook. The man who felt so bedeviled a few days ago realizes that it really would not be Christmas if it were not for these greetings from friends everywhere. Gifts are things apart for the members of the family and intimate friends. Cards are a reminder that distant friends and the friends of other days have not forgotten you, that on the contrary, they remember and entertain the same old sentiment towards you. Here's a cute Christmas card from the same year as our paper, 1926. Let's open it up and see what it says inside. Helen's stocking seemed to bulge. Then she spied a doll and toy. Twinkle looked at her small stocking. There was a fine red bow, a tiny bell that tinkled too, and a catnip mouse, oh oh. It was the bestest Christmas that Twinkle ever knew, and she's hoping all little children will have a happy Christmas too. Here's an article in the Some Things Never Change category about a boy who was sulking. I just hate to be called Willie. That's why you call me it. Why couldn't I have a decent name, William? Goats are Williams. That's all I am, a goat. His mother bit her lips to keep back the obvious retort, and soon she said with strange quiet, You may have your wish, my boy. From this minute on, nobody shall ask you a question, or ask you to do anything, or notice you in any way. Nor will we consider you or count you in the family until you ask us to do so. I'm sorry you feel this way. I'd advise you to have a bath and go to bed and try to sleep if you were in my family. But under the circumstances, I must ask you to go away from me and go where you like to be. William was so surprised he did not know what to say, so he said nothing and went upstairs to his room. He stayed there, going from the bed to a chair, and from the chair to another chair. He looked out the window, and he looked down the stairs, but nothing seemed to be calling him. He heard the family sit down to dinner, and heard his father say, Where's Willie? And then the mother's reply, William is not in the family anymore. He does not like us to call him Willie. He left us this afternoon, just about an hour ago. I don't know where he's going, somewhere where he will like the people better. Now, isn't that too bad, said Father cheerfully. Now we having duck for dinner, too. What's for dessert, Mother? Vanilla ice cream with preserved ginger and syrup. And William leaving us. Well, well, I tell you what you do, sister. Run over and ask Mrs. Dickey if she will let us have Stephen. Tell her William has left us and we need a boy to eat roast duck and vanilla. No, you don't do anything of the kind, sister. I'm not going anywhere, Ma. I didn't mean it. I truly didn't mean it. I don't want to go anywheres. I'll maybe be better tomorrow. We'll give you a trial, said Father. What I think you need is some castor oil. But your mother wants you to have dinner. You are really a lucky boy. He can have what he needs before he goes to bed, said Mother, smiling. I think something of the kind is in order, but it would be a shame to miss this good dinner, especially as he's feeling better already. When a boy hates himself, he needs attention. His digestive system is not working. Too many good things and not enough exercise. Judge throws cowboy for $25 loss. Iowa City, Iowa, December 22, 1926. Nick Cooch, cowboy of the Iowa backfield, was thrown for a loss Tuesday night by a local policeman. The cowboy, imbibed with holiday spirit, wanted a Christmas tree, and when an evergreen in front of a grocery store took his fancy, he tucked it under his arm and started home. But a policeman strolled by just as Nick roped the tree, and after a short chase tackled the man from the wide open spaces. When Kutch appeared in police court today, he was penalized $25 and costs, with admonition from the mayor to confine his football tactics to the gridiron. Here's some Christmas gift suggestions at the Golden Rule store in St. Paul. A touch of color. A pleasing gift is the luster sugar and creamer, shaped and brightly tinted to represent ducks or roosters, $1. A popular gift, sleeping cat of black pottery, very attractive to place on fancy pillow or to use as a doorstop, $1. Give a universal toaster, turns the toast without touching, nickel finish, and at the convenient 6 feet of cord, $8. A kiddie phone, a toy musical instrument that plays real tunes, complete with 3 cunning records, $1.95, toys, second floor. Built Easy or Easy Built construction sets. Both boys and girls enjoy this toy, which is so different from most. Help them have a good time this Christmas. $1 to $15 a set.